Hi Sanna, Daphne here, how are you? Just looking at your corrections, well done, really good work on that. Hope you feel that just makes it a bit easier for you, you understand where the mistakes are, and then you're less likely to make them in the future. So well done there. So in many workplaces, online communication is now more common than face-to-face meetings. Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? So in the modern world, emails, video meetings and other forms of online correspondence are becoming the preferred method of communication. Now there's a bit of a difference between, the most preferred, okay. The most preferred and more common are not quite the same, but the most preferred method of communication, you might just expand that for many businesses. Because we've got workplaces here. You've got the idea of workplace, so I think it's important to just put in that there. Now, why? I need another sentence here. You can't go straight into this essay we'll discuss. You could put many businesses who, I don't want to make it too long. You could put technology is, or sophisticated technology maybe, has enabled this progress. Yeah. Although it may not be or may not always be easy or as easy and popular as meeting in person. You need to you need a bit more here before you go into this essay we'll discuss. You're kind of missing a sentence. Yeah? So you've paraphrased that, but you need to kind of give me more. This essay will discuss how the trend's more beneficial using studies. Okay, so what I would do here is use an example, use places near where you are. Your government or a university you know or a newspaper you know, make this personal for you, okay, for your essay. Using online tools for electronic communication, such as emails, is not only cheaper, but you don't need that. You've already said that. So that is not only cheaper, but more efficient. Good, because, keep going here, you don't need to break that, because a video meeting does not require workers, you don't need the workers, so it does not require workers to waste time relocating, or for the companies to facilitate rooms or snacks for the attendees. Absolutely, but what about people flying around the world? I mean, we don't even need to do that. So I think that's a really big point to make. For example, a recent study shows that during COVID pandemic, companies saved 30% of their money due to the increased use of video meetings. The same study shows that this is because companies do not have to. Yeah, be careful here. This is repeating exactly, look, what you said here. Be careful. You need to give the examiner more. Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, the first time is okay. Then your example is okay. But you don't need this. This is absolute sort of repeating what you just said. I'd expand this. Yeah? So, a video meeting does not require, okay, attendees, and moreover, meeting via Zoom or Skype particularly with COVID. It's okay to mention that, has permitted companies to continue meeting and or meeting. You could have three things here: trading and negotiating, which show some business language online without the risk of flying or breaking regulations. So this is what we want to be doing. See how I've added those three, hopefully, really good sentences here. Yeah, I'm expanding your argument. Then you can have your example. So they've saved money to the increase. So they're not just saving money on snacks. They're saving money because people aren't flying. You've also got lots to say that they can still, the meetings are still successful, that sort of thing. So you need to just expand a bit more. Forget this repetition, don't need that. So I would totally cut that out. Okay, that goes. Although companies are saving more money and time, good, there are a few drawbacks, such as lack of social, yep, or the written language, good. So you could have a few drawbacks have been mentioned. So you could get it into the passive. A few drawbacks have been mentioned. This is because when people meet in real life, other forms of communication occur, such as a body language and tone of voice. Moreover, lack of social interactions. Here I would have could, not can. Sometimes have a negative impact on people's mental health. Okay, why? As they are no longer able to build such strong bonds, yeah, or explain clearly. I mean, as something like that, you just need to, it's just this idea of pushing each sentence a little bit more, okay? For example, recent research, people having to work from home showed that many people, not everyone obviously, but many people having to work from home had developed, get these tenses right, social anxiety, stated that the lack of social interaction deteriorates the mental health. Okay, what you're doing here in this paragraph, this little sentence, is often repeating what you just said. You can do that, but if you're going to do that, you've got to say it in a different way. You need to mix up the language more. You don't necessarily need that. I'd rather you put more into the middle of it than having that. Okay, to conclude, so do the advantages. It's undoubtedly more beneficial for companies to use online. Yeah, absolutely. However, very good. Yeah, it's predicted the trend of increasing will, and to some extent has already become a new norm. I absolutely hate that. It's too informal. But you could put the new normal if you have to. Okay, nice conclusion there. So that, well done. This is definitely getting better. There's lots of improvements going on here. Really good. Keep going. I hope the corrections are useful for you here. Go through those really slowly and try and understand what the kind of points I'm trying to make. Okay, well done. So pie chart, here we go, school subjects. Shows the popularity of 7 different school subjects in Germany, overall German schools. The most popular subjects were PE, and maths being slightly less, very good. IT, geography and biology were the least popular subjects during this time, with, yes, very nice. Physics and maths was similar, whereas biology was much lower. Yes, PE and history were 5 times more popular. Okay, some of what you've got here, that's fine. Some of what you've got here is great, but I think you should group more clearly. So you're grouping the small ones first and then the big ones. So that's fine. So that is okay there. But what I would then do is take this bit, biology, so take some of these ones and then compare them to the big ones. So these 3 were X times lower in popularity, were ranked, you could have actually, were ranked 3 times lower in popularity than the next most enjoyed subject, which was maths, I think. Yeah, maths or physics. namely. Yeah, so then I'm just gently moving from that to that. Yeah, you could have one about IT, but we might come back to that in the end. So here I've gone from these, linking them up to the next ones. Then you can talk about maths and physics combined, totaled whatever. So group those together. And then you can lead from there up to your highest ones, okay? And then so you group those 4 together, and then you see those 4 together make up around 80% of all student votes. So I'm going up to the, now I've got right up to the top, and then I could have a final line, something like that, which is nice as your final line. Okay, so you've got the right idea in making the comparisons and doing the grouping, but make it logical. Don't jump too much from one to the other. Okay, start with the small and move up to the big, or start with the big and move down to the small. Okay, well done. Really good efforts here.